I've got the prototypes here for the next range of products that I've been working on, and they said that over the period of 2 years they'd sold over $2 million worth of that product. So stick around to the end of this video and I'll give you a bit of a rundown of what these products are and how they work. A large amount of the time I'm eating half a banana for breakfast and drinking a quick coffee before I run out the door to do the next thing. So the videos I've put out so far, it's not that they're not a real portrayal of what I'm doing, because the things in the videos I'm actually doing those. I'm trying to create a furniture brand, trying to run a business from a small workshop or garage. But things are dressed up and presented a little bit different, just in the interest of making more enjoyable content. And I really like the editing process. So when I'm editing the videos, I enjoy putting in the uplifting music or the cuts from one shot to another to make it a more interesting piece of content. But this is it. Today is a little bit more behind the scenes, a little bit more basic, a bit more realistic of what I'm doing. In the background, you're probably going to hear the dishwasher. I'm going to leave it running. I need to get that done so I can put the rest of the stuff in there. So hopefully the noise isn't too interfering with what I'm doing. I haven't mentioned it in previous videos, but around 2 weeks ago, when I was in the thickness of producing the products in the workshop, I tripped over one of the sawhorses. I bumped my finger as I fell, and it didn't feel too bad. It just felt like I, bumped my finger, like when you bang your toe on the furniture. And but I had gloves on at the time, and then I started to continue working with the gloves still on. And as I was trying to do something, my hand didn't feel right. I felt like my hand wasn't working the way it should. So I took the glove off, and my little finger had dislocated at the midway joint and bent back the wrong way. I've never done it before, but I think out of sheer sort of panic and terror about how bad it looked, I quickly bent it back the other way just to try and correct the situation. And as it turns out, I think that was a reasonably good thing, because it got it back into position before any swelling. But it's been a bit sore, and then I went to get it checked out. They did an x-ray and they said that I'd actually fractured a little bit of the bone on the side, so now I'm wearing this splint for a couple of weeks. I'm not actually making any products at the moment, so that's not too big of a deal, but it's a bit sore. But I've got around 2 weeks left, and then hopefully it will go back to normal. So I've got my usual morning stuff done, tidied up the kitchen, put some stuff away, and now it's around 11:30 and I'm going to start getting into the things I want to do to push forward with this business. The quote that I put up at the beginning of the video was a comment I got on a previous video. It really saved me from myself, because I put out a video maybe a week or so ago, maybe almost 2 weeks ago, saying that I was going to get the website for the furniture brand up and running by the 27th of February, and as it was getting closer and closer to that day, I firmly had it in my mind that I have to do this because I'd said that I was going to do it. And then I got that comment and it just made me pause for a second and realise that there's no pressure here other than pressure that I'm putting on myself to do something. And while I think that can be quite healthy to give yourself goals and deadlines to work towards, I think it's still good to take a moment, and if it seems like it's too much or you're pushing too hard, just to back off a little bit and be reminded to take your time. As long as you're moving forward, or as long as I'm moving forward, then that's okay. And I should focus on taking small steps, but continuously, to get there, rather than having this big push, thinking, okay, I'm going to push hard for a week and then I'm going to get there and it's all going to be over and then I can relax. Because the reality is it's just going to be an ongoing effort and process. So I wanted to put that comment into one of the videos just because it's made my life experience different for this coming week, when I'm still working hard to try and get somewhere, and I'm working on the website and I'm hoping to get it done soon, but it's now Friday the 1st of March and February the 27th has been and gone, and I didn't get the website finished, but I'm not torturing myself about it. So thank you very much for that comment. That helped me to have a much more enjoyable few days. But that's it for now. I've got the morning jobs done. I'm going to head into town now and pick up the postage bags for the products from the giveaway that I need to send out. I started to get some of the emails back from the people that won, so hopefully I'll be sending them out before the end of the weekend. Okay, I managed to get out the door. It's very slippery today. If you're new to the channel, just give you a quick look into what's actually supposed to be going on the channel. There's been a lot of sitting around talking, drinking coffee and eating lunch in the last few videos, but the actual plan is that I have this small workshop here behind me, and I'm going to do projects from that workshop for customers, but the main focus is going to be trying to build a furniture brand where I will source material that was otherwise going to be discarded, and then I will design and build and create furniture in this workshop. And I'm currently working on the website of where that furniture will be sold. So that's really the gist of what's going on with this YouTube channel. You can see this is the workshop. It's not very big at all, but it's a good space. Most of the products I'm going to be making are going to be small, so that should be more than enough room for me to work in. And then at the back of the building, I've got a small office just in here. It's quite a small building. It's a total of around 15 square metres, and that combined space is going to be everything I'm going to be using to design, create and produce these products for this new furniture brand. But that's it. I might put together a video of the build process of when I did that. When I built it, it was intended for storage, just for bikes and normal stuff you need storage for around the house. But then the work I was doing kind of ran out, and I thought I would like to try out this new venture I'm doing. So then I've taken away a lot of the stuff that was in there, found other places for that, and now I'm going to try and use that building solely for this furniture brand. So that's it. That's pretty much the gist of Workshop 23. Stick around if you're interested in that. I'm going to be designing and building furniture in this space and then selling it through a website and any other ways I can, and trying to build a brand around that. And I will be doing some woodwork at some point. This week's been very much computer-based work, drinking coffee, sitting in the kitchen. Next week, once I have the website up and running, I do plan to get back in the workshop. I've got some ideas for new designs of products that I'm going to be working on. And I still haven't cleared away the rubbish. That's probably about typical, I imagine. Do the good stuff, do all the nice woodwork, all the cutting, and then never get around to finishing it off and getting rid of the waste. Another exciting part of my day, oh fuck, is the daily trip to the bins. It's funny because I imagine running a small business would be far more glamorous than my regular usual work of doing site construction. But actually, so far for me, running a small business or trying to start a small business is actually way less glamorous than than site work. But I'm loving every minute of it actually, and I don't know what I can do to steer things in this direction, but whether it's the YouTube videos or the furniture brand, like the sales of the products, if either one of them take off in any kind of small way where I'm earning a small amount of money from doing that, then I think at that moment I'm just going to commit to pulling a plug on doing site construction work that I've always done and just go fully into these other things. I will be very happy to become a full-time small business runner, operator, and a full-time content creator. That would be pretty nice. So if I manage to achieve that, that's what I'm going to focus on. Okay, bins done, cleaning stuff done. Oh, let's go and get a coffee. This seems to have become a little bit my routine, whereas in the daytime I don't manage to get so much done. But then in the evenings, once I've done the sort of tasks I need to do through the day, I manage to then get a good chunk of time. I've come out now to the workshop, just gonna have a little bit of a tidy up, and then I'm gonna go into the office and continue on with the website and maybe start editing some of this footage that I've taken today. When I get into the office, I've got some prototypes for the next products that I'm looking to produce for the furniture brand. I think, oh yeah, I've got them here. So I'm gonna have a little tidy up and then we'll jump around into the office and I can show you the next products that I'm looking to get produced. I want to show you these products that I've been working on. This is after the candle holders. This is the next product line that I have planned. I'm dependent a little bit on a local workshop in doing some of the work on these because they're going to be cut out with a CNC machine to get the main shape of the product. I'll then be finishing the detail by hand here in my own little workshop. There's 3 different size products that are going to be produced, and this is the largest one, and each of the products is the same. It comprises of 2 pieces. So this is one of the pieces here, and then the other piece is this one, and that slides into this gap here. So you can see now that's the product. From the side it looks like that, and then from the front you have this. And if I can just put that down there, the top one here, which is this hole, that's actually to take a charger. Okay, so then once the charger's there, the watch can sit on there, and then that magnets on to the charging point. Headphones, where the charging case has a charging point on the back, there'll be this little cutout here, so the charger can go through there. But with these ones in particular, the charger's on the bottom, so they will actually sit on that stand like that. These are borrowed from a friend as well, so apologies for that. But they will actually sit on the stand, and then the charger will come down underneath. And I don't know if you'll see it in this light, but there's actually a little cutout there for the charging lead to go through under there. This side here is simply for the phone. So they will then sit on there like that. And that's going to be the main function of the product. And then if I spin it around on the back, you have this here is going to be recessed in, which creates like a tray kind of section. And then if you know, if you're kind of old school and you have a wallet or something, that can just go in there, or maybe even the keys. The second one in the range is going to be this one, which is like a mid-sized version of the product, and it's very similar. This one is still made up of two parts, and you have the slot mechanism through there, and then this part here with the tray, and then that one will just simply slide into there, creating the same situation. Once that's slided into position, let's move that camera around, you end up with similar functions to the previous product. You have the phone that can go there, watch charging, and then you have that section there for the watch. And if I turn it around, you've got the same thing here on the back. So there is somewhere you could put headphones or keys or wallet or whatever you might want. That's product number 2. That part will simply slide onto there, creating this. And then that is the third product. Let's slide that down. There's a little bit of fine tuning to be done with this one, with the cutout. But this one I figured was maybe suitable for like in the kitchen on the side, or again if you have a smaller space, or even a hotel market. I think it could be quite good because it is more just a phone stand. So the phone stands in this position, and then you have this little cutout here, which could be very suitable for headphones. Oh, actually, you can't see it because I didn't put it into this, but it has been done on the digital design work that's been done for these, ready for the CNC machine. So here in the middle, in between the phone and the cutout piece here, there will be the same cutout as this for the watch charger lead. That will sit there, but that will just be able to lay across like that. So when that's in full use, that's kind of how it'd be. This one's quite small, but it still incorporates the 3 devices. So it's for a phone, a watch, and the headphones. That's a much smaller piece, and therefore will be a little bit less expensive. And that's the next products I've been working on. Thank you to my friends for lending me the Apple Watch and the headphones case. So then once they've done the main cutouts and all the pieces are stacked up and to this sort of stage, then I'll take them into the workshop here, and I'm going to have to use a smaller router to run around all the edges to create a softer, rounder edge. The router that I have is not really going to be suitable for that because it's too big. I need one of these kind of very small single-handed routers that can do like a much smaller, tighter profile on the edges. So that might mean that I would have to buy a new tool for that, which is a bit controversial because it means I have to spend the money. But if you need the tool for the job, then I guess you need it. And if I'm going to buy one, then I'll probably try to buy the best one I can, which means I might be in the market for another Festool product. It's looking like I may have a realistic chance of creating an online store and a business. That doesn't mean it's going to sell anything or make any money, but one step at a time. Thanks for watching.